So yeah, a couple of videos back, I told you how to, or I told you to like ask about stuff, see if you could possibly get stuff. Well, I got some stuff. Uh, Employer was getting rid of some shelving, and I got a whole bunch of shelving. So here's the board for the shelving. Here's some of the shelving. Some more of the shelving. And it's a mess in here. That's my little next dealie. And the cross bracing for the shelving. And I'm getting the last of it here in a couple hours. And then yeah, to walk out. So a little bit of an upgrade right there. And I was gonna either build this stuff eventually or go to it, but I mean, when stuff presents itself, you jump on it. So I asked them, and they said, take it, and I took it. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use all these racks. I'm probably gonna go in between here because it is in between the barn, because this is maybe only like 10 inches. So I might lose a layer. Right now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers of shelving. I might knock that down to probably closer to 5. Plus, because it is in the barn, and I have a cornfield or whatever, a field next to a water source. I have a field on one side, which is a food source, and a water source on the other side. And my property is in the middle, which makes it great for like mice and such to get in there. I don't think I'm going to have a bottom layer on this, so I do have to move all these up or something. I'm going to have to move them all. Like I'm saying, I'm probably going to have 5 layers, but I'm going to make it work. I got to play through. But right now, my goal is I got some more wood. I got to play around in here now. But here's the plan with the rafters. Okay, there's the plan with the rafters. And I'm pretty much going to do the same thing with these shelving. So that I'm going to have, not this first row here, because I do need room to walk. But right here, I got that piece of plywood right there. And then I got a gap to go up there and get all the product. And then I'm going to have, right here is another piece of plywood. As soon as I clear out all this stuff, going to be another piece of plywood here. But then I'm going to have a rack right here also. So that I can, have this open, and this is, let's call it, I don't know, let's call it 20 inches. Yeah, 16 to 20 inches in between there, and I'll be able to have that. But yeah, right now I got to put all this plywood up. I got to clear all this out, everything I got in the rafter sitting right now. Clear all that out, put these 2 pieces of plywood up, because that's what I got right now, and then clear out all the stuff from the auction, move these engines around. I gotta figure out what I'm doing with those. I'm probably just gonna push them that away. I'm gonna play this little Jenga game where you, not Jenga, whatever, where you slide the pieces around to figure stuff out. And yeah, it'd be a lot easier if I could get rid of these, but I just got way too much stuff to list right now. And but that being said, I got this AI little side project that was for the business, and then I also got this little shelving project. But yeah, I figure I can have I'm thinking I can have 1, 2, 3 of them, and they're probably, let's call it, a good 20 feet without too much effort. So 3 by 20, and probably 5 layers at about 20 inches tall. So there you go. That's just going to increase my thing. Instead of having this, I'll have that. But I'm still going to keep all my stupid big and lightweight stuff up there. But this opens that up. Now, obviously, the barn is not insulated, so I need to play around with, I can't put anything in here that's going to freeze or anything like that. But whatever. And like I'm saying, The barn's not 100% airtight and all that, because it's a barn. So like you can hear there's a bit of an echo. So yeah, I'm gonna play around with that. But I do want to keep minus these bikes. Once these bikes are out of here, once these bikes are all listed, tore down and all listed, I'll have this area clean or open. I do want to have this area for my personal stuff, for storing all my stuff. I got a bench back there. It's a freaking mess right now. And there's another project that I'm probably going to push that outside. That's going to give me a whole bunch of room to just work in here, and then it's got to come back inside because the roof doesn't leak, or the roof doesn't seal good. That's just a summer project, and you see the other car in there. That's 2 cars into one, but right now I need to make room. But yeah, and then oh man, all this shelving that was meant for here, that was designed for here, all this gray shelving is going to go in the house. Or actually, that's going to go against the wall here, and replacing that shelving, like that one right there, will be replaced by one of these. And then these ones in the back will be replaced by these. Just moving to wider shelving because I can. Like I'm saying, it's still gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. But and there's some things like right here. There's my lathe, which I actually threw in there and never actually used. But it's one of those things where I still want to keep a little bit of function and form of stuff, but I mean, I can move like this shelving, I can move into the house, and this shelving, and these are actually, I'm pretty sure I got a couple nails holding to the wall, but I'll just throw the wider shelving in there, and that'll allow, let's call it 24 inches, and that's 48, so it'll move it probably, let's go with another 15-ish inches away from, lose a little bit, but I'll still be able to work in here and do all my little projects on the side, which is the goal, but it's just an upgrade on that. So I'm going to play the little Jenga game, and I still have that stuff from that one auction in here that I got to put in a pile, and yeah, it's going to be a little fun game here. Some cabinets that I don't know where I'm even putting those at this point. We got to play around with all this stuff and figure everything out. But right now, I need to clean all this other stuff out from the rafters and get all that, I don't know, against a wall so that I can put up more of these boards. And then once the boards are up, I can start doing at least I want to do 2 rows of shelving and just get an idea, just not even put the boards in them at this point. Just get the bones down, get the frame in place, and come up with a more refined plan than I got right now. But I like the whole plan of just using it and doing this kind of plan where it would be a shelf right here, or actually not there. This is open, but this is going to be a shelf. That's going to be a shelf. That's going to be a shelf. Something like that. I'm looking at it. That ain't going to work. Shelf. Shelf. Yeah, 3 shelves. That's a dot. And then that's like 20 feet. So yeah, that'll work. So I should be able to do 3 shelves at 20 feet long, and then have a 20-foot opening in here, in the front here, for still pulling cars in and all that stuff, and taking in inventory. When I do auctions, I'll be able to pretty much drop my inventory in here, which doesn't help right now because it's full, but that'll give me 3 stalls to play around with. Maybe I'll move those. I don't want to do that. I don't know. There's a project, but I could have it where all 3 of these, so I still have 3 stalls for storing my vehicles, because I do want to have a little bit of, still keep a little bit of the barn for me. But yeah, a little bit of an upgrade with the shelving. It's one of those things, if I wouldn't have asked, actually I didn't ask, because a couple of the guys were getting him at work, and I figured it was all taken care of and all spoken for, and they were like, hey, I'm surprised you didn't ask for that. And I was like, well, dang it, and so I did ask, and luckily I was able to get it. So I'm getting the last of it today, and I had to rent a trailer because my trailer messed up. here. This trailer it's just a camper. That's what it was. But then I built it into a trailer. Showed you that in the spring. A little bit of an upgrade to that. And, you know, playing around. But, yeah, and then the thing didn't want to release, so I had to bring my jack out here. But, yeah, here's some more shelving. This is a small rack. I got the sides for that. And, yeah, look at that. Some of my hub messed up. So, the hub's supposed to look like... I don't know if you can even see it. The hub's supposed to look like that. Right? It has like a little gap between here and here. You're supposed to be like 1.5 inches. Alright. And I don't know, maybe the inner seal went bad or something. And that gap is gone. The hub is slid all the way against the back plate there. So let's just push this to here. And you know, at that point I made it home, kind of just limped it home kind of deal. Which sucks is because these were brand new tires and brand new rims. So I don't know what I'm doing with this at this point. Suspension still works. It's got the axle, but I don't know. Maybe I'll swap out axles, or maybe I will just see if I can get away just doing the hub. I'm guessing the inner bearing just took a crap, or whatever was holding that in place. Because at this point, I don't even know what was holding it in place. Keeping it from doing that doesn't make 100% sense in my book. Why it would just slide back like that. You think there'd be something it would hit. Maybe I lost my taper somehow. I don't know. I'm no expert on trailer axles. So anyway, I don't know what I'm doing with this, but this wasn't supposed to be touched to the spring, and I'd rather have it happen now, because now it's another winter project versus thinking it's 100% ready to go in the spring and then find out a weekend that this happens, you know, and then I'm screwed all summer. So at least I got this to plan around with, but I don't even know what happened, and I got to play around and tear that up, tear it out. But right now it's whatever. So I got some more this shelving too. So and this is just sitting here because I want to get everything all set up. But yeah, that's the plan. And yeah, more playing around there. And yeah, this was just, it was, for some reason it wouldn't release off my ball, so I'd end up kicking it and getting around with it. Usually it comes right off, but it didn't want to play nicer here. Maybe it's because I'm on just a bit of a hill too. But yeah, like I'm saying, it's just a camper. So I don't know, maybe I built it, maybe I handed it off to somebody else, now that it does have a title and all that. Or it's registered. I don't think I ever got a title for it, come to think of it. I might have a title. I'm pretty sure I got a title. I got a title. Yeah, I got a title. But I mean, I think it's pretty shot. So I don't know at this point if I can just throw another hub on there, or if I tore up that spindle. And it was a matter of, you know, it happened. Do I want to call a tow truck and throw $200 at this thing to throw it on a trailer? Or do I want to just try limping it home? So I just limped it home. And I might have done some damage to this thing, or I might not have. I won't know until I actually tear into it. I'm not playing around with it right now. Yeah. But, you know, so I had to rent a trailer off that. But yeah, I mean, I got shelving, so that's cool, all right? Just because I pretty much asked around, and they were getting rid of it. So some gas, the rental trailer rental, and a couple days lost to listing once again, and here we are. I don't even know what this stuff cost, but I'm glad. So I'm getting the rest of these boards and the cross brace, some more cross bracing. That this is all the shelving I had, whatever was on the trailer. These things and those things. So I don't even know what the total is here. I haven't even added it up. It's one of those things where I just got to clear everything out, make this space cleared out, and then once the space is cleared out, I can just start laying it out and come up with a tighter plan. But what I'm going to do right now is clear all everything out of here so that I can get these boards up. At least get a board up here and a board up here, and that'll triple my space I got over there, because see that filled up fast. And then from there, I'll just keep adding these boards as I go. And once again, those boxes, nothing's heavier than like 20 pounds. If it's heavier than 20 pounds, it will go down in this rack. So it'll work out. And anything that has to be temperature controlled or is like super small, that'll still stay in the house. And yeah, that's the rough plan. But I got to play the whole game of moving this here so that I have space there so that I can build there, and then I can move the stuff back over here and all that game. Because yeah, as you can tell, I'm not 100% organized, especially now that I have so much stuff as I'm preparing for winter. I'm good to list till March, but I need to play around with this too. One of those deals. I'm gonna get some listings weeded in there, but right now the urgency was I had to drive. I had to do about 3 hours of driving. Had to do the work a day, and then I came back and I had to unload in the morning and then do 2 more drives. And I've done that for like the last 3 days to get what you're seeing there, and I'm doing it once again tonight. I did one this morning. Unloaded that this afternoon before this video. You've seen the shelving there, or the boards. And then right now I have 1 pallet of boards and then 1 pallet of these cross bracing stuff. So, and then yeah, I'm just setting it there. And then I'm going to play around and get that in here. And I got to keep those boards dry because they're just, I don't know. They're just whatever. They'll turn to mush if I put them out in the rain. The shelving gets sit out in the rain. It's supposed to rain like 3 days in a row here. But whatever. I'm going to get all this done. So anyway, a little bit of an update. I got some shelving. I'm happy about it. More shelving than I planned on getting. Like I'm saying, I got this shelving. I got to tear a whole bunch of stuff down. So I got to tear a whole bunch of stuff out. Like that came with the house. Those board ones, they came with the house. That was what I was going to build, was just build shelving out of boards. And, or not. I was just going to see what it would cost to do that, but we're going to find out. So I need to get all this up there. So I'm doing that right now. All right. See you guys.